And welcome back to the Esports Podcast. We have League of Legends last week. They had a phenomenal game series last week.
Yeah.
I was a little worried personally. I saw the Mel come out. I was a little on the fence for it. But SMSU, Victor, Corky, Mel, Skarner, Mundo.
A very typical lineup for SMSU who've been practicing. Minus the Mel.
I was going to say, have they been playing the Mel? I haven't noticed.
We were trying something new with the Mel.
Sure.
And we liked it.
Yeah,
and so
it looked good.
It looked good, and I think we're going to continue running the Mel.
Cool.
So, in game one, SMSU does win this one. I don't think it was that bad for SMSU.
Isn't this the game where Mundo just kind of becomes unkillable?
Yes.
You just split pushing verse. Oh, this is the
game bot lane is really unplayable.
Yeah.
Because you have a Tom Kinch support into a Victor Mel. And what is Tom Kinch going to do against both?
No, this is the back door. This is remember?
Yes.
There's a team fight where they're chasing him through the whole time.
Yes.
And Mundo is pushing top Corky's pushing top, and then Mundo teleports in and finishes the game.
And the other three stop everyone else's backs. Yep.
It was really fun to watch. It was actually one of the more impressive plays because it's a hard call to make.
It's hard, and we called it very, very quick.
Very quick. That's cool. Yeah.
So.
And the other team, they were playing the Tom, Ezreal, Vi, Swain, Volley Bear. That was a really hard engaged team, and it's pretty safe. The SMSU is really struggling to deal with the Swain being able to pop ult, and it kind of forces SMSU to kite out the fight. But Skarner's such an all-in character. Mundo can kind of kite out a fight. But Skarner it's really hard to get out after you've engaged. So SMSU, they had a little bit of struggle with that, but
we figured it out.
The macro play in the game was phenomenal. We saw the Varus get banned out. That's something that SMSU's been playing or has played to success in the past.
Yeah.
And now it's being banned out all the time. The Amumu. I don't think we've seen Amumu go through a ban phase yet.
It's always first ban, always.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
but yeah.
Second game, kind of a little bit of a troll picks from SMSU.
Yeah, I was worried watching this game because I feel like it kind of makes sense how the draft happened, but at the very end they pick Nasus. Yeah. And we lock in the Gwen, and it's real sketchy.
It's Gwen favored.
It's a good matchup, but look at all the magic damage on SMSU.
Yes.
There's like 5% physical damage, maybe. You got Skarner doing all your physical damage.
I think bot lane at the end did a combined 200 physical damage.
Yeah. Then Victor, Galio, Ari, Gwen is just a lot of AP stacked up. And Nasus loves to be building against AP. Spirit Visage is such a natural buy for him.
Let me tell you, that was his third item, and SMSU did very good because of it.
Yeah, I think it should have been up there in priority. I don't know if I agree with the Bloodthirster buy.
Yeah.
That was a little crazy. The Yone was finding some nice escapes with his ult, but he wasn't finding a lot of real fights.
Yeah.
SMSU camped that mid lane Yone a little bit, and that seemed to work very well.
It is Ari favorite also, because Yone can't really do a whole lot once he dashes in on Ari.
She could time it and then charm at the spot he's got to go back to.
Yep.
And if you do that, it gets really Ari favored.
So SMSU pulls out another win after.
This was the way bottom too, right?
Yeah. It
kind of interesting.
It was interesting. You get rooted by Morgana, and then Hui did his whole entire combo, and you die. But we just didn't allow him to do that at all.
Yeah, he did hit one. I don't know what you call it in League, but the Dota term would be Sunstrike, that long-range meteor. I saw he had a really nice one.
It's QE, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, he hit a really good one on the Victor and kind of killed him because of it.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah, it was unexpected. But
SMSU, they controlled this game. They controlled the whole game for the most part. Now, the ending, SMSU really struggled to end, but they had control the whole time.
Yeah, okay.
They just couldn't really end. I forget exactly how it got broken at the very end. Oh, they just found a pick.
We found a pick, and then we won 3-1.
Yeah.
Well, we won with the one, found a pick, and then from that we got bot turret, and
Yeah.
then ended based off that. So
Yeah, I think we saw people kind of going in one by one on their opponent's team, and that really helped SMSU close the game. Because that Nasus was starting to get to be a problem.
Yeah, he finally built that Spirit Visage, and then we couldn't kill him as easy. So you can't really pale a Nasus if he's walking you down and you can't kill him.
And SMSU were getting AoE down by that Hui quite a bit. That Hui actually late game was doing a lot of damage.
His Hui early game is actually really good, but his late game,
he just has a mid game dip.
Yeah,
right?
His mid game dip is awful. And then like if you mid game you get like 3 kills on Hui, you're a character.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, SMSU take that series 2-0.
Yeah. So we'll go into the highlights for that.
Your help in that frustrating lane can make it feel a lot better.
this
This is a kill on Divide for
this
sure.
is
A little bit of a missed ult there from Gwen. Oh, here they're going for both. And actually, I think this is
on the
free and
Nasus.
no flash. So
Charm hits.
wow,
Huge.
very nice. They have the rest of their team. Corky is in base. He's teleporting in.
I like this. This is good. I like this a lot. It looks
This
like they're
looks
just gonna
good for
take
them for sure. Minoka just tanking the gank in top lane as SMSU collapse on this mid fight.
Come on.
They should be able to get.
huge. Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
another
slow
one, that's
landed.
another one. Boom, huge.
That's the.
Swain in the
Victor.
back line. I think they.
But this is fine. SMSU look like they're doing fine in this
Oh,
fight. They need to focus down the
no,
Swain, though.
they-
Oh, no. The Zonias comes out. They weren't ready for it. Taking low on quite a bit of characters, but they're still taking out the fight. They
I
find
can't tell
one
who's
kill.
Winning. I can't
They
tell
find
what's
two.
happening. Oh, okay. SMSU's got this.
Yeah, just
I
enough.
don't- talking about the Lord of the
I
Rings.
would never reference that.
on stream, yeah, I know. But I was like, that's what I thought. I was like, geez, Spencer.
Whoa, a
Whoa,
three-man
that's a big
suppress
ult.
coming out. Devoted jumping in, doing a lot of
Jumping into
damage.
Morgana
Takes about
route.
half the health, but that's worth
This
it.
is kills. This is kills.
This is
This
kills.
is already resetting into kills. They. Oh,
If this was Rocket League, I would have cooked you.
oh, that'd be funny.
All right, SMSU trying to push here.
This Gwen will absolutely.
Oh my
that's
lord!
huge.
It lands on all three.
Yeah, this is. This is cooked for NM. I think SMSU's gonna cook.
Great highlights there from League. Moving on to CS2 on Anubis first map.
Yeah, Anubis is a map they've been playing more as the seasons go on. You know, it's something that we see them improving every time they play Anubis.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a favored Anubis player. I find it to be an annoying map because
Yeah.
there's a couple crossfires that are just really hard to break up, and it just feels like if you don't break them up, you just don't have control over the round.
Yep.
Yang, though, drops 21. Babster with him at 21. Those two players were fragging. They were finding openings. We see a quad come out from
Yep.
Yang. We see 2 triples come out from Babster. They were having some breakout performances. SMSU, though, they just weren't able to find enough. The rest of their team kind of struggled to get into the game. Their economy was under a lot of pressure this whole time. It felt like only the people that were fragging were able to buy because that extra gold from, getting kills. So, and this is their opponents were pretty good this game. This Phantom guy was popping off. He hit a
23
quad.
and 11. He seems really good.
Yeah, he definitely was pulling his weight and pulling the team behind him. SMSU ended up losing that 13-8. It was a tough game.
Yep.
But SMSU go on to Ancient, and Ancient is a different story. SMSU, now you start to see everyone on SMSU get involved.
Mm-hmm.
You see Yang up there with 20 kills again, Babster with 20 kills, Krish with 18 kills. Getting that third player up there, finding
Really
some
helps.
success, it's
Really
so important.
You can it's ideal you want all 5 to be popping off, but if you get like 3 solid players, there's no that you get them going. They're in the flow state. You're gonna win the map.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes it's your duty as a CS player is, hey, I'm buying, I'm throwing the utility, I'm not necessarily getting the kills because I'm the guy setting up the round win. So it's not trying to talk about the players that maybe weren't fragging so much because there's other roles in the team.
Yeah, exactly.
But you do need some people to be getting the kills.
Yeah,
so it's nice to see 2 quadras this time.
And a penta.
And a penta from Krish, yeah. No quadras for a Krish, but a penta finding all 5, and what a round that was. I know it's going to be in the replay here. We saw Babster with a quadra, Yang with a quadra. Overall, SMSU just kind of popped off on Ancient. They looked great on Ancient, and that took us to the 3rd map, Mirage. And this is where SMSU struggled. They could not figure out what to do on CT side. And it's a very frustrating when rounds aren't going your way.
Exactly.
In CS, you fall behind in a couple rounds and you just don't have the guns to compete in the other rounds. And it can feel pretty bad.
If you lose pistol round, bonus round, and the round after that.
Yeah, if you lose your pistol and first gun round, it just feels miserable.
It's just a slugfest. Because, like, okay, we won, but now they can just fully buy. So it doesn't matter.
Yeah. SMSU, they started 6-6, but they weren't able to get any rounds on the CT side. We did see triples coming out from TF2, Babster, and Yang. And TF2 boss, where he was not talked about in the first 2 maps, 13 kills in that map.
Yeah, he knows the map very well, it seems like.
He was finding kills, but the rest of SMSU just were really struggling. 13, 11, 10, and then no one else in the double digits there. So struggled quite a bit. Where we saw these Crimster and Phantom on the other team. Oh, they were just deadly. 2.2 and 2.7 KDA. Just fragging SMSU like crazy.
So we'll go to those highlights now.
Oh, my Phantom. Oh, he missed. Oh, he was smoked off. Okay. Flashbang. Uh-oh. They're both low, Krish. Okay. Ace! Ace by Krish! Let's go! Oh! Whoa!
Oh.
I thought he got double. I thought he got double.
Both of them too, yeah.
It's like the perfect timing.
It definitely looked like it.
It's gonna go in the podcast and just us screaming like, "Oh my god!" Oh wait.
Yeah. that would have been watching that flank.
Okay. Yang, just hold it. Don't. Oh,
this is so good.
Oh, nice kill by Bap. Okay.
Oh, he knows.
3v2. 3v2. Oh, nice kill by
Crimster, yeah.
There's one. Nice fade transfer. Ooh, okay.
kill.
Yang gets one in mid.
Wait, what gun is that? Is that a?
That is a Galil.
Oh, that's wallbangable. Very nice,
Yeah, that spot is very well visible. I agree. I've been killed multiple times in that area. Nice round by SMSU.
Actual sweep from. Yeah.
Oh,
I feel like you just got.
Oh, what a crouch. Uh-oh.
Dude.
Uh-oh. This could be bad. This could be bad. Bebster. This could be. You got this. There's one. There's 2 by Bam. Nice.
Sad, though.
To be honest, I would have probably just walked up in the smoke because you have the gun advantage for that closer range.
I see the vision, though. Oh, nice shot. I see the vision with that.
Oh, I did too. Oh, nice by Bebster. 3v3.
Bebster's definitely giving them the.
Nice, Bebster. 3K by Beb.
Fantastic highlights from CS2 there. Moving on to Overwatch 2. And we are on Control. And SMSU for the first round of Control lose it just barely.
Yeah.
98% to 100.
Off the back of a couple frustrating moments, they popped ults a little early.
Yes.
And then they tried to defend their ults and kind of got kited out, and they end up losing the fight where they over-ult as well. And it's just, that's a big mistake because not only do you not have ult, you also lost the fight.
Yeah.
But they did a good job, maintaining. They were losing a lot of fights while maintaining control over point. So it doesn't feel as bad because you're still gaining percent while the whole fight's going on, and their opponents aren't gaining percent. So they did a good job to do that, but I think they needed to find a solution for this Reaper who is just teleporting right in front of them.
Yeah.
And they really couldn't. And I think that's the story of this series is this Reaper teleporting right in front of SMSU and SMSU not knowing what to do about a Reaper just sprinting at you.
Yeah, and then he just phantoms away, and it was tough.
Yeah, and I think Red Leaf here did a lot on the Ramatra. The tank was a problem. Round 2 of Control comes out, though, and SMSU do find success on this one. I think it's off the back of OJ finds a big alt on site, and I think Bob.
I actually think this was the Diva bomb that forces them off
Oh, well, that's just at the very end. Remember, they're
Yeah.
trying to walk up that pathway, and they just Diva bomb the top of it, so they can't walk on the site.
Yeah,
But it's off the back of a Bob play.
Bob
and
play.
Remember, she gets the the knockback into the Bob kill.
Yep.
Yeah, that was crazy.
That was crazy. Hopefully that's shown.
Yeah, that's definitely got to be in the highlights.
It is another nail biter of a round.
Yeah, another 100 to 99.
Yeah.
That was 2 in a row.
So, SMSU, they did look a lot better here. They still had some alts that could be looked over and talked about, but that's any game. I feel like you can sit down
sure.
and nitpick something. So, round 3 though, SMSU does lose the third round on Control.
Yeah, another nail biter though.
Yeah.
91 to 100.
They might be losing, but they're keeping them close, which
Yeah.
is nice to see. They're staying in it at least.
Well,
So-
at least keeps the confidence up too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
a big deal.
So, I mean, SMSU has, in the screenshot, 3 alts here, and they didn't use any of them.
Yeah, well, I think what ends up happening is SMSU can test a little early, and then they get
Yeah.
staggered.
I believe this is the one where Ramatra just walks onto site alone, doesn't wait for anybody else.
Yeah.
And it's kind of awkward.
There's a little bit of panic coming in from the team.
And they
It's-
definitely had time.
It's hard to time it. Yeah, SMSU really struggled, but we saw the Junkrat come out. That's not a normal SMSU pick.
No, but I do think...
It's not bad. It's just not a normal pick.
I do think OG practices it a lot.
Okay,
He
sure.
does play a lot of DPSs that we don't see him play in the actual games, but like he plays a lot of Genji. And
Well, we see Genji come out quite a bit, though.
it depends on what comp they're running,
Yeah.
and it seems like he's leaning
Usually
more
when
toward...
it's SMSU's losing, they're
Yeah,
like, okay,
yeah.
what can we do to throw kind of a wrench in what's going on
Yeah.
for their opponents?
Reaper's diving us,
Yeah,
let's dive him back.
Exactly.
Yep.
Try to counter that pressure by putting pressure on the opposing
Exactly.
team. But it didn't work that time. And then SMSU go to escort on Junkertown. And this is, on the attack side, they were doing so well. They got the first 2 points. Or
Very quick.
The unlock,
Very quick.
and then the first 2 points very quick. And they come to that bend at the end of Junkertown. And
It's hard.
man alive, they could not find anything.
I will say, someone who plays Overwatch 2, that is hard.
Yeah.
Because there's so much pressure. There can be someone on top of that bend. Someone can flank from underneath that bend and go fully behind you. And it is extremely difficult.
I think this is one, though, I would rather see you save up your alts, alt combo, boom, take them out,
Yeah.
win the point.
Especially if they had 4
They had
minutes
so much time.
going into this. And if you're struggling to even get the point, let's say 5 alts here.
Yeah.
And just
Maybe even
Get on.
swap off characters with weak alts and move to a character with a strong
I
alt,
agree.
even if you're going to lose a fight because of it,
yeah.
if you can guarantee that push, because SMSU got stalled for so long, they really needed to reset together, have an alt dump, and just win the
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
But they weren't able to push to the end. Meanwhile, on the opposing side, they kind of SMSU stopped them quite a bit on the first and second point, but that bend was no problem.
They didn't flank at all. They didn't take high ground, and they were just taking the fight over and over again. We saw some, I hate to say it, some really bad alts from SMSU that can be talked about, as we said previously and looked at. But they do lose this one pretty quick after their checkpoint.
They had like an okay first stop, and then this Bastion just kind of sits on point in turret mode.
Yeah.
Ramatra keeps shielding him, and he just guns everyone down.
Yeah.
And SMSU, they just weren't able to find the pressure. The team felt a little disorganized, like they weren't playing as a team, and that's not normally a problem for our Overwatch team. Usually, their strength is that they play together fairly well.
Yep.
This game, I don't know if something felt off in the team or what was going on, but it did not look smooth. We moved to push, where SMSU, they lose push as well. Now, this one was incredibly close.
Yeah, this one's another nail biter. SMSU loses it by, is this 1? or 10, 11.
I
It looks like
believe
11.
at the end they did lose by like 1 meter.
By 1 meter, yeah. And this is the one when it comes down to just one, like 2v1 or something, right? And SMSU just loses it because you have the numbers, but you might not have the HP or.
Yeah, a constant thing that happens. SMSU's weakest part of push is not necessarily losing fights.
Yep.
But it's getting caught, like winning a fight and then over pushing, getting caught, and then losing that fight because you're down players. But when they're 5 versus 5, they're really good. It's just they tend to over push, and we did see that in this game.
Yep, I agree.
A lot of over peaking. This Reaper again, it came out and it was just a problem. The tank again Mystic was feeling a lot of pressure in that tank matchup.
Yep.
Not able to win that, and SMSU fall in Overwatch 3-0.
Right,
and now the highlight tournament of the semester. We don't play in a lot of these tournaments. Marvel Rivals happened last weekend. It was pretty fun to watch. SMSU didn't find a ton of success, but they lost in the first series. They tried a few things. They left the Storm go unbanned and tried to win draft a different way. The Spider-Man they were really scared of. They were scared of a few different picks. And the Storm was a menace in match 1.
Yeah, Storm is a very strong character right now.
I think it's called Convergence, the Control version of Marvel Rivals.
I'm just going to call it Control.
Yeah, I agree. SMSU, they tried playing a single tank setup with 3 supports, 2 DPS. And it really didn't work very well. SMSU, they were getting bursted down. This Storm was finding a lot of kills in the back line. This Namor was doing so much damage.
Yeah, Storm and Namor are like the 2 best DPSs in the game. So
SMSU tried a couple different compositions, but for the most part, we saw them on Strange, Rocket. Cloak and Dagger.
Cloak.
That's
my boy
Star-Lord,
yes sir.
Luna, and I don't remember who the
that
sixth
looks
member.
like Punisher, but I can't.
Oh, it was Punisher. You're
I can't
right.
tell.
Yep.
I call him Frank. It's the boy.
Yeah, and they tried a couple different setups, but that was the one they stuck with the most, and it wasn't working the best on the first round of Control. Then they went to the second round of Control, where
push.
they played a relatively similar team comp, and they really couldn't figure out. They tried the double tank a little bit, wasn't really working. And then they went to Escort for the first series. And this is where they popped out the double tank right away, and they moved Trash onto something like the Bucky. They were playing the Psylocke, and the Psylocke was finding a lot of pressure, especially on the attack side, where you can dive a little bit deeper. The Psylocke was finding a lot. And SMSU, they looked pretty good in the hybrid. It ended up going into overtime, and SMSU, they found a lot of success, but just not quite enough. Overtime push ends up getting it a little bit further than SMSU.
Yep.
And they end up losing that first series. Then they played, and this was a tough game. They had to play a team that won their first game and lost their second game, just due to the way the bracket worked. So SMSU, even though they were 0-1, they were playing a 1-1 team.
Yep.
And this team, wow, they were very good. I couldn't believe they were even in the lower bracket.
Yeah.
But SMSU, they were finding, even though the team on paper, if you look at ranks, kind of outskilled them quite a bit, SMSU were finding a lot of control early on these points, and just they lost the points late.
Yep.
It felt like they did a good job, and then they got caught in kind of a weird position, and they didn't know how to solve it.
I agree.
They played the Storm on 9TB, and that was working quite a bit. They had swapped a couple characters in, so we see Zenarch come out here, see Anonymous Echoes in as well. So
on Sue Storm too.
Yeah, and Sue Storm, I like Sue.
Yeah,
I think she's really good.
Sue's really fun to play. Her ult is really meta.
Yeah.
Counters pretty much every ult in the game.
It's not as high healing as some of the other ones, but the big advantage of Invisible Woman is the push back and the pull close. Yeah. You can deny some ults and really hard.
The slow is really
Yeah,
tough.
pretty good too. Especially like if you see a Doctor Strange going for ult, you can just do the pushback.
Yeah.
And he misses like 90% of the time if you just do it right.
You see a Stoller go for ult, you just make everyone invisible.
Yeah.
What can Stoller do? Nothing.
Yeah. So
So.
yeah, it was definitely interesting. SMSU. They had 99% before their opponents really got full control, and then they just couldn't find their way back onto site there. Then they went to the hybrid. They did it on the spider map. I don't know what it's called.
Tokyo 2099.
Yeah. And they were playing a more interesting comp. We saw Scarlet Witch come out from 9TB.
It's for the Magneto.
For the Magneto team up. And we didn't really see him, I've never really seen him play the Scarlet Witch, but it was kind of deadly.
Yeah.
The thing I like about the Scarlet Witch ult, when triple support comes out, you end up needing some ults that can pop people even if they're ulted.
Yep.
And that Scarlet Witch ult, even though she's a little weak right now and maybe not the most meta because she could die during her ult,
Yep.
you get that shield now with the new patch. It's a big deal. And if you can get that ult off and even kill 1 or 2 people, that turns the fight pretty dramatically.
Pretty quick, yeah. So,
We did see Rocket come out as well.
with the soldier.
With the Bucky, Winter Soldier.
Winter
yeah.
Soldier, yeah. For the infinite ammo.
Yeah, it's such an insane team up.
Yeah. I think I like it with Punisher a little more.
I tend to as well.
But
it is good with Bucky.
Yeah, Bucky is just as good. Yep.
And the pull from Bucky is so good. And it gets kills.
Yeah.
But SMSU, they were just really not able to find much of a push. They pushed only just past the first site, and then they tried a triple tank setup with triple support. Because they lost the first part of the hybrid map so quick, they had to defend for almost 4 minutes, right away. And they were just trying to grasp at straws a little bit and say, maybe if we're just can't die because we're tanky,
Yeah.
we can stall long enough.
It's an idea.
I don't mind it just because you're in a bad position.
Yeah.
And you don't know, maybe throwing a wrench in the plans come out.
You gotta call out something bold.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, their opponents, they kind of just steamrolled them on Escort. So SMSU fell in that tournament 2-0, and we got some highlights of that right now.
The bomb from Scarlet Witch. She's being protected. She has 3 kills. SMSU is going to push on this point. Squirrel Stampede, not really going to do much. SMSU already has the advantage here. Just got to send her away. Squirrel gets taken out. SMSU is going to take point. Minute and 45. It's just kind of awkward to do it now. But he does get 2 kills.
Yeah, you're popping off already.
They did not react to it as fast as we did. He gets 3 kills. All right.
Almost looks like she took no.
Oh, she gets
there we
killed
go.
anyway. That's what I wanted to see. We're gonna see Invisible Woman and Moon Knight all come out.
There we
Shred
go.
Excalibur is
Getting
gonna
those
lose
picks.
to 4.
Literally, SMSU was able to get that Scarlet Witch, and then they got the Loki, and it was just
That was
too high up.
Oh, we see Doctor Strange getting swapped in to push on the point. They really do not want SMSU taking any advantage here. They know they have all advantage, and they're playing as aggressive as they can. But SMSU is going to take this point. Xanark gets 3 kills. That's that Magneto team up we were talking about earlier.
And thanks for watching those clips. Thanks for watching the podcast. We will see you again next week, and tune in then.
All right.
The op.
Yeah, Fuzzy. Oh yeah, he's got the Beretta. Come on.
Okay,
Let's see you pop up with that. Come on.
Actually, going to be able to close the gap quite a bit with the Berettas here.
Come on. Come on.
What is going on?
What is going on? He's sniping him.
Okay, and you get 10,000 and you get regular income. So usually that means everybody's buying every round. And Frozy Boy with his 10,000 spends 1,200 on a shotgun.
Yeah, it's excellent.
Used to reflect those auto attacks.
True. Hey, true.
Now if this is blade mail, dude. Ooh.
Oh, blade mail would actually go
Would be
hard.
going
Honestly,
hard.
I think you just go blade mail. Oh, they added that back.
This time we will not be crashing. That's a guaranteed no crash out coming from us casters.
Yeah, we discovered that alt tabbing,
or doing anything on the computer that is not just letting the machine run.
Yeah, the fact that League of Legends is one of the biggest, if not the biggest game in the world and has the, like, genuinely
We just
least
immediately come in and
optimized,
crash
like,
out.
worst client of all time. Like, it is genuinely just so bad. Every time you log into League of Legends, there's some kind of technical issue. I'm
Yeah,
crashing
we
out.
just said we weren't gonna crash.
It's unoptimized. It doesn't run worth a crap on older machines because it for some reason it's like Google Chrome and it takes like 90% of your
Alright.
RAM.
All right. Let's get into the game. All right, we're gonna go
All right,
back.
all right, bye.